welcome the CEO of Canopy Realtor Association, Anne Marie DeCatzi.
Welcome, everyone. What a great turnout. We have been waiting all year to celebrate our 100th anniversary. And when I think about this milestone, I couldn't help but reflect on my time at the association. It's been almost a quarter of a century, and that makes me sound a little old. As I look back on the past 20 years at the helm of this great organization, I'm grateful and humbled for the roles the staff and I have played. This is no ordinary organization, and certainly no ordinary job. This is not a static place to work. This is not a static industry. We don't just get a new president every year, well, almost every year, Marin, but the industry is constantly changing. So no year, let alone day, are ever the same. All the work, progress, our members, the impact on the lives that they have, as well as on our communities, that we've really achieved together something remarkable. And I'm thankful and grateful to each and every one of you for your support over the years. Canopy has been and continues to be blessed with leaders who embody our mission to lead, equip, and educate our members. And the staff and I have been equally fortunate to work right beside them. We have been so fortunate to have the right president at the right time, time after time. And so many of our past presidents are here with us tonight. They are joined with past Realtors of the Year, Rookies of the Year, and members and subscribers from all across the region. And we have a few special guests whom I would like to acknowledge. Thank you to our friends from the North Carolina Realtors, Andrea Bushnell, CEO, Kelly Marks, the 2021 President, Marin Brisson-Kuster, past President, Lori Knutson, the Treasurer, and Wendy Harris, the 2022 President-elect, who are all with us tonight. While Charlie Oppler, who is the 2021 National Association of Realtors President, couldn't join us tonight, he has sent a special message that I would like to direct your attention to the screen.
Good evening and congratulations on your Centennial event. I'm Charlie Oppler, the 2021 President of the National Association of Realtors. While I cannot be there in person in the great Queen City to celebrate with you, I can tell you that your association is certainly a jewel in NAR's crown. This centennial milestone is an amazing testament to what it means to be a realtor, and that's serving the consumer, expanding the market, and continuing the work and commitment that the association, your association of members, do for the greater good. Back in May of 1921, the association debuted as the Charlotte Board of Real Estate, and by October of 1923, had 27 members and 53 listed properties. Fast forward to 2021, the Charlotte Regional Realtor Association is now the Canopy Realtor Association, boasting a membership of almost 16,000 and nearly 21,000 subscribers in the Canopy MLS. Your association has weathered many storms, but through all the ups and downs in the economy and our industry, you remained on the forefront in setting a national example. Your commitment to the profession and industry is truly remarkable. On behalf of the National Association of Realtors, we congratulate you and know what you are doing today has positioned the Canopy Realtor Association for success in the next century. Good evening and happy Centennial.
Lastly, I would like to acknowledge and thank the one person who has been the most impacted by my role, both positively and negatively, because of my being in this position. And that is my daughter, Kate. So now it is my pleasure to introduce our 2021 president of the Canopy Realtor Association, the Canopy MLS, and the Canopy Housing Foundation, David Kennedy.
All right, fellow realtors and distinguished guests, we are gathered here this evening to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Canopy Realtor Association, as well as our very own Canopy Housing Foundation, where we hope to shatter fundraising records this evening to continue our foundation's effort to meet critical housing needs in our community. In order to do so, we have lots of items up for bid in our virtual auction, so make sure you are ready to bid. Additionally, we have prestige to bestow in multiple awards this evening to recognize extraordinary service and performance on behalf of our association and our community. Also, our foundation's Pearl Society is poised to make a few more friends this evening, and I can't wait to tell you more about that. And we'll take a few moments to visit with some of the past leaders who helped get our association to where we are today via video vignettes. So, fasten your seatbelt and get ready to be inspired and to inspire others with your generosity. Now, speaking of generosity, we would not be here without our sponsor. So on behalf of the Canopy Housing Foundation Holiday Auction, may I extend an infinite amount of gratitude to our platinum sponsors, Wells Fargo Home Mortgage and Showing Time, our gold sponsor, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, and our silver sponsor, Kazepis Law. Truly, our virtual bidding extravaganza, which, by the way, will continue until 9 p.m. tonight, would not be possible without each and every one of you, so thank you. Now, feast your eyes on these incredible items up for bid. Item number 804, oh yeah, Nelson Royals gift certificate. You can win $200 to spend via gift certificate in Nelson Royals Western Store. This is always one of our most popular items. This is located in Mooresville, North Carolina. Nelson Royal carries the highest quality of boots and Western wear. Thank you, Allison Royal Combs, who donated this item, valued at $200. Item number 308. We got a houseboat up there. You can spend the weekend aboard a beautiful houseboat on Fontana Lake, located about an hour and a half west of Asheville and surrounded by the Blue Ridge Mountains. Eagles Landing is an oasis on water with all the necessities to make you feel right at home. Donated by Brian Cagle of Beverly Hanks Realtors. That's a Canopy Housing Foundation board member, by the way. Valued at $1,000. And item 101, African sculpture. This beautiful sculpture donated by Real African Art LLC here in Charlotte is entitled Beautiful African Flower, made of Shauna stone. This sculpture is crafted by artist Addington Naya Soka of Zimbabwe. This item is valued at $225. Please continue to bid on these items and others throughout the evening. Reminder, bidding closes at 9. Speaking of closing time, that bar is open until 7:30 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. No road sodas for you. 7:30 is the cutoff, but you are welcome to select your dessert along with coffee back in the back of the dessert tables located in the back of the ballroom. As we celebrate all the good our generosity tonight will bring through our virtual auction, we also want to honor and celebrate our history. As realtors, we are givers. We will prove that tonight for sure. You see, being a realtor is a high calling. And Albert Schweitzer once said that the full measure of a man is not to be found in the man himself, but in the colors and textures that come alive in others because of him. That is true for realtors just the same. I stole that, by the way, from Dan Cottingham. He told me that he's the youngest realtor to ever serve as president in our 100-year history. We asked him earlier tonight how old he was back then. He couldn't remember. His firm, Cottingham Chalk, has produced the most presidents to lead our association, totaling 7. That number 7, by the way, does not include your son, Daniel. I will call him in April to see if he'll run for president. If he says no, we'll call him coming soon. If he turns me down, we'll call him coming soon, no show. I write my own jokes, and they left them in. Here's where I go for a raise, ladies and gentlemen. Firms having more than one realtor to serve as president is one thing. Families having more than one is another. We have a second-generation president here with us this evening, Tommy Lowen Jr. Give me a raise, Tommy, come on. Tommy's father, T.R. Lowen, served back in 1965. We're lucky to have his influence still with us today through his son. Guess what? Catherine Browning's pride and joy, David Barnhart, is here, ladies and gentlemen. David, I hope you like my tuxedo, license to serve, like your Realtor Reflections cover photo. Are you giving away a house tonight, David? Is inventory an issue for you as well? That's okay. You probably gave all yours away. You're a good man. These, David Barnhart, Tommy Lowen Jr., Dan Cottingham, are just a few of the legendary realtors who have contributed to the success and longevity of our association, captured in a beautiful commemorative magazine. Copies of that magazine are conveniently located at your table to take with you. We also created a website, canopy100.com, to archive our history featuring interviews with past leadership. These ordinary people did extraordinary things for our association, for our industry, and for our community. And tonight you will hear from them as they share their thoughts on leadership and the association's impact on the community. They'll impart their wisdom upon us. They'll recall some of their more challenging times and even describe their take on the role of a realtor. And by the way, we'll continue this tradition of interviewing past presidents and add to our stories of our video archive. So let's get those initial bids in and look in our virtual auction, and then start looking back over the 100 years that we've existed. And one may ask, when you do so, how did our leaders of the past bridge the gap between 1921 and 2021? One undeniable reason that I found is courage, specifically courage to lead others. The type of leadership rooted in courage begins with great personal sacrifice. Leadership becomes a lifestyle you lead, whether you are completely prepared for it or not. Leaders, by and large, step up to lead, not being 100% certain we are capable. But you see, leaders put their own interests aside and work to recreate an environment where other people can work at their best. This type of leadership, which our association has continually benefited from over the years, can sometimes feel lonely and sometimes thankless and absent of immediate results. But if you pay attention to some of our best leaders in our first video vignette, you will see it is worth it.
What are you going to do when that steak's burning on the grill and you're on the phone listening to something that might not be as important to you as it is to the caller, and it's a fellow realtor? So what are you going to do? And they all said, I'll let the steak burn.
One of the toughest things for me was at night, I would receive phone calls at my home, and it would be a member asking if I could delay their dues for a month or two so that they could catch up on other bills, so that they could stay in their home. And I realized that I couldn't do that. I wanted to make everything better for everybody, but I realized that I couldn't do it for a few and not do it for everyone.
I think I did 158 media spots in 2008. I was called out of bed several times with somebody saying, can you hold on for so-and-so? And I'm live. on radio or on radio, thank God, not on TV.
We were going to go to a web-based system. We had Boris, which was this DOS-based blue screen thing that we searched for listings on, and you had to have a dot matrix printer to print the listing sheets out, and pretty archaic for that time, and it was time to change. We went in and started developing our own MLS with a local company, and they abandoned us. And we had a large investment with them, and shortly thereafter, we decided, okay, we've got to do something.
I don't really know that I knew anything, but the Realtors Association, there have been some questions, not about individuals, not about anything we were doing, but just where real estate was going. Were banks going to get into real estate? The justice system was looking at our industry and trying to figure out where it was going to go and who was going to own it. Brokers, and with the brokers, do the brokers own the listings? Should the brokers own the MLS? Should the MLS? There was just a lot of stuff going on about what was happening to real estate.
I was lucky. I served under at least two presidents that were very interested in regionalization, Jody Harpootlian and Catherine Barnhart. I was treasurer under Jody, and I remember her challenging me to simply go out and meet some of the officers in the other boards. At that time, we did not know the first name, and we would not have recognized the president, probably of Union County, Cabarrus County, or Iredell County. It was pretty much just Mecklenburg, Charlotte, Mecklenburg. And so I was able to go out and have lunch, one-on-one, a sandwich and a handshake, as we called it, at these other associations and get to know them. I really enjoyed it. We started trying to find things we could work on, particularly at that time, professional standards training. The small boards were having a hard time putting it on. Charlotte was not having any problem at all, so we started to partner on that.
As I looked at the board of directors, having served several years, I'm like, it doesn't look like our the leadership doesn't look like our membership. So when I said that, Anne Marie was like, yes, you're the one that needs to do this.
But I wanted to set an example that I wanted to do a good job and let people know that we're capable of doing this.
Yeah, that moment for me, and it's interesting because my husband was in the crowd. And when you're in the moment, you're doing the motions. You're trying not to overthink. But it wasn't until my husband said to me, "Do you know how powerful that moment was?" That it gave me a moment to reflect. That two African American women could be at the helm of so much, and as a city, and as an organization, it brought tears to my eyes. And in the back of my head, I said, "Good job, Pearl's daughter." So that's what I call myself whenever I do something good.
All right, tonight celebrates not only our foundation and our past leaders, but also current leaders among us presently who make our association truly special. And our first award of the evening is the President's Award. This tradition was first started in the 90s to honor an individual whose moral and professional support makes it possible for a president to be a president. And tonight it is my pleasure to honor two individuals. It is not a stretch by any means to say that these two individuals not only make me a better realtor, they make me a better leader, a better father, a better husband. They know everything I say about landlords and tenants after I hang up the phone, which means they keep all my secrets. They see me struggle a lot, and when I have been in over my head, that is when they have literally gotten down on the office floor with me to pick me back up and put me on my feet. And so when it came to the foundation this year, they were my left hand and they were my right hand because they chaired the foundation and they chaired Realtors Care Day. These folks, they tell me when I'm being stupid. They listen to my ideas. They help me with decisions. They are there when I fail. And they actually settle their wagers because they bet on when I will fail. And that's okay because that means they support me even when it's hard to support me, and most importantly, they support me especially when it is hard to support me. Not everybody can do that, and by that same token, not all realtors are alike. Some of us are fortunate to be property managers, and while as property managers we might not be as fancy as the rest of you, we still get things done, and we clean up nice too. So as you will see once you join me in recognizing the 2021 President's Award winners, Sally Myrick and Dottie Cherokee. All right, man, I'm super pumped I got through that. In our first video, we found out about the sacrifice our leaders make for others. We, as realtors, make similar sacrifices ourselves. But why? Why are leaders like you and me willing to sacrifice our own self-interest? The reason could be found in a just cause. Time away from your work, your family, sacrificing money and time with loved ones doesn't sound like fun on the surface, but I believe they are worth it for a just cause like the Canopy Realtor Association. You see, the work that our realtor volunteers and industry leaders are doing contributes to the well-being of our industry and our community. Benevolence is now an essential element of business in the 21st century, and an ideal just cause is establishing a community where all housing needs are met. These things, which are the cornerstones of Canopy's Housing Foundation, are what we celebrate today. As realtors, when we work, we don't just clock in and clock out. We embrace a deeper sense of purpose for our work. Our work has meaning. Our existence benefits others. And in our next video, you will see a few examples over the years of how.
I think it was coming up through the local Charlotte Realtor Association that I started to appreciate how many things in life, how many of the decisions that affect realtors were being made at the governmental level. And we needed to be talking to these elected leaders, and we needed to be able to call them and voice our opinion. And the only way you were going to do that was to support them in an election somewhere. They were going to remember us that way. They were going to take our call. They don't always agree with us. We never expected them to. But I felt like we needed to be at the table whenever sidewalks were being discussed or trees were being discussed or that type of thing. And RPAC is the way to do that.
It's a beautiful thing when you can go to the Capitol, you go for a Senate interview or testify, and you're talking about housing and things that influence housing and how important that is. And it makes all the difference in the world.
I chaired the charitable foundation for the Charlotte Board. And I wanted to do something to really boost those funds. And what better idea than to have Habitat for Humanity as our theme for a fundraiser. Jimmy Carter was coming that year, and I felt that we could get Jimmy Carter to our fundraiser, would bring in more bucks.
Yeah. He just came and we welcomed him, and he walked through and people shook his hand and took pictures, and
Wow.
yeah,
And we raised money.
it was fun.
Well, actually, that started with David Barnhart.
Okay.
And he, we were having a board meeting, and he said, "Why don't we just give away a home?" And everybody looked at him like, blew him off like he was crazy. And but that crazy statement that he made evolved into where we are today. And so don't belittle crazy people or crazy statements.
Okay, but what we decided to do was bring people in to learn how to be qualified to buy a house. And one of the people who completed the program won a house.
Of course, and the whole key was getting people to go and become mortgage ready, financially literate. Okay, so then we're thinking about this and we're going, okay, we got to do something else. This is great. This is probably not sustainable. And then we thought about ways we could create this endowment, raise money, and get it to where it would sustain itself.
We realized that that was such a good thing for us to do as far as giving back, but we were only reaching one family at a time, and we needed to spread out, and we needed to reach our outlining regions as well. And at times you thought, are we going to be able to pull this off? Are we going to get the membership to buy in to volunteering for this? We were just amazed and shocked at the outpouring of the membership and what they were willing to do and wanted to do to give back to the community and to help others. And I told everyone at the end of the day that that was the proudest moment of my career, to see the good that we did as a unit to help so many people.
I remember I was on that board, committee, whatever, and I remember one of the things I said was, guys, we need a goal of $1 million.
The Pearl Society is the entity, the organization that will sustain our community engagement through an endowment, which will allow us as realtors, as Canopy, to continue to do work in the community around issues around housing. But it's that sustaining endowment fund.
In 2019, the Pearl Society was launched with the gracious support of the Society's founding members. Combined, they contributed over $140,000 that enabled our Housing Foundation to achieve the original endowment goal set forth by some of the folks you saw in the video, like Catherine Browning, David Barnhart, and Tony Smith. That goal, by the way, was $1 million. The Pearl Society's purpose is to create a legacy from among our realtors, as well as provide a lasting way to broaden our visibility and impact in the community. The Pearl Society offers an avenue of consistency to support the current and long-term housing needs of the community. It is our way of providing an additional means of support to the Canopy Housing Foundation, and at the same time, create a giving society that speaks to our love of the community. Now that you know more about the Pearl Society, we invite you to step up and join our founding Pearl Society members by becoming a friend of the Pearl Society tonight with a $100 donation. Here's how. You text DONATE to 243-725. That's DONATE to 243-725. And for those who have already contributed, we are grateful for your support, and you can look at all, hopefully, the names at some point to see who those people are, and you can join them as well. And I hope that we can shoot for reaching 100 friends tonight in honor of our 100th anniversary. I truly believe we can do that. As you see, the names behind me are the names of individuals who became, again, a friend of the Pearl Society. Our donors will also be recognized on Canopy Housing Foundation's website, and there is always room for more friends, so please join me in thanking them. that good news, ladies and gentlemen, just keeps on coming. Our 2021 Strides for Shelter 5K was a resounding success. Nearly 600 participants taking our fundraising goal across the finish line. The real winner of this year's race was our beneficiary, the Hope House Foundation of Huntersville. Everybody wins when a local celebrity believes and endorses your cause. Check out a message from radio personality Sherry Lynch.
Hi, Sherry Lynch here with K104.7, and I was so thrilled and honored to be the Grand Marshal for the 2021 Strides for Shelter 5K this year, and to learn more about the impact the Canopy Housing Foundation has on our community, what great work you do. It was also amazing to meet the dedicated team of this year's beneficiary, Hope House Foundation of Huntersville, where hope is restored each and every day. And right now, I have the honor of telling you for the first time how much money was raised at the 2021 Strides for Shelter 5K. Are you ready? With the generosity of sponsors and those who participated, $26,760. Wow, $26,760. I know we all can't wait to see the way these dollars transform the lives of the women and children that Hope House Foundation serves. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherry, for that video and everyone who supported this year's event. And a special thanks goes to Joan Good, the chair of Strides for the Shelter event. Now, bringing back to stage a familiar face to present this year's Humanitarian Award, please welcome the award winner herself, the chair of Canopy Housing Foundation, Sally Myrick.
Thanks, David. Good evening, everyone. The foundation initiated the Humanitarian Award in 2007 to recognize those individuals, groups, or projects that have made outstanding contributions to the community through their knowledge, skills, and sacrifice on behalf of others. Thank you to the William H. Barnhart Foundation for their continued financial support of this award. As realtors, we are able to witness the joy and happiness that home ownership brings to our clients. We're able to experience this joy over and over again as sellers move up, first-time buyers, single parents, older couples, young professionals, and families move in. Our work also makes us keenly aware of the less fortunate within our communities who are without shelter. That's why we work through our foundation to support those who are doing the heavy lifting and meeting the needs of our community. Now, it's my distinct pleasure to tell you about this year's Humanitarian Award recipient. For over 30 years, Gary and Patty West have greatly impacted all of Iredell County. Fifth Street Ministries began in Burnsville, North Carolina on September 18, 1988 as a clothing and supply closet. In March of 1990, the organization moved to Statesville. Here, Gary and Patty operated an emergency shelter, winter shelter, and a battered women's shelter. A soup kitchen was also soon added. In 1991, the operations moved to Avery Sherrill School to offer more space. This facility lay deeper in the South Statesville area where those most in need in the city can be found. In 2008, Fifth Street Ministries built and moved into their current facility. Currently, Fifth Street Ministries has 4 core programs: shelter services, including the community kitchen and My Sister's House, a domestic violence sexual assault shelter, a veterans transitional housing program, and the PATH program, outreach and services for the chronically homeless. Each of these programs is the only program of its kind offered in all of Iredell County, even the larger region, including Davie, Stoke, Surrey, and Yadkin counties. Because of the West's heart, spirit of service, love for all people, and dedication to this work, people's lives have literally been saved. In a recent article in the Iredell Free News, Patty sums up their work by saying, quote, "We work hard to treat every person with dignity and respect. We want them to know that they are loved no matter what, where they have been, what they have done, whatever criminal record, whatever condition, they are loved regardless. The Canopy Housing Foundation has been honored to call Fifth Street Ministry a partner for many, many years. And this evening, we are pleased to honor Patty and Gary West with the 2021 Humanitarian Award, not just for recognizing that these needs exist, but for doing something about them. As part of their recognition, Fifth Street Ministries will be receiving a $5,000 donation from the Canopy Housing Foundation in their honor. Unfortunately, Gary couldn't be with us, but now I would like to call Patty West to come up to the stage and receive the Humanitarian Award.
Brothers and sisters, how much time has passed? We still believe that cultures are connected, all respected, inclusive, exclusive, one family produces another dance.
I just want to say thank you so much for this honor. We're kind of in the same business, or we were. I retired in February, but we're kind of in the same business of finding people a home. And I just want to put one thought in your head. December 21st is the winter solstice, and it's the beginning of winter, but it's also the longest day of the year. I want you to remember that night and every night for the rest of the year, our friends who are sleeping in the streets and in abandoned homes, and keep in mind that everybody deserves a home, and let's keep working towards that. Thank you for what you do.
All right, how do we as realtors advance this association, this just cause that is bigger than ourselves? Perhaps it is in the little things we do, or maybe how we approach our careers. Perhaps it is being the person people can count on in one of the more important purchases they ever make. When the founders of this association passed on, the association they created continued. In fact, it thrived. In this next video, we hear again from those who helped get us here, and they call us to get involved and work together to serve others above yourself. All of these leaders, though they do not tout it, stepped up when times were tough, took risks, were not afraid to fail often. They kept moving forward when life was cruelly unfair, and they never, ever gave up.
Do what you do for the right reason. And the right reason is not money.
I jumped into the volunteer world, and I was president of the Junior League, and I was president of the Women of the Church, and I was president of the Assembly. I did a lot of things that gave me a lot of visibility. So I knew a lot of people, or a lot of people knew me.
Okay.
Be involved not only on the local level, but also state and national, at least understand. That way you can better serve your clients.
We may need to become more involved with looking at the total picture of all ethnic groups and making sure that they're all involved at the highest capacity of what they can do.
Well, first of all, you have to be a counselor. You have to be, you have to be able to know your market, well informed, and you certainly should be professional at all times.
You better believe in the fact that it's all service business, and you better care about the people that you're servicing or you're working with.
We need to always do the right thing. We need to guide our clients and our customers take them by the hand, help them succeed with what they're trying to do. And if we do that, the money will follow us. Anytime we get the money first, as realtors, we're in trouble, and we will be in trouble. So we have to keep the client first all the time.
Help others, help others, help others.
We are better together. We are better when we work together, when we collaborate together, when we negotiate a transaction together. So all of us together are better than just I.
Oh, just know your stuff. Be knowledgeable. Be honest with people, most of all.
Just be true to your word. Be impeccable in your actions.
But I still think the basic thing is getting face to face with people who want to buy, sell, lease real property. And it's still a relationship business.
We are realtors. That means something, but it only means something when we stand together.
The technology, the forms, things like that change. Our code of ethics do not change. That's what we live by.
You've got to have energy. Energy. And you got to ride the ups and the downs.
Volunteer. Get involved in some volunteer organization. If not your church and synagogue or your scout troop or your little league, then come over to the Realtor organization. We'll be glad to have you.
Take care of this beautiful building. Keep on the same. Continue doing what you're doing and expand, and don't add any more paperwork.
If you watch that interview, it turns into her interviewing me, so I encourage you to log on to Canopy100.com. The Vane Mingle Rookie of the Year Award is coming up next. This award was established in 1987 under then-President and former Realtor of the Year winner, Alice Walker. The award honors the association's first executive officer and the co-founder of the association's Canopy Real Estate Institute, Vane Mingle. The first award was presented to David Barnhart in 1988. And yes, that's right, my man. So tonight we're going to honor the 33rd recipient of this prestigious award. Now, the Rookie of the Year Award celebrates the achievements of someone new to the real estate profession who, during their first 12 months, has shown dedication and commitment to the real estate profession, the community, and the association. Our Rookie of the Year committee, which is comprised of past recipients of the award, reviews all nomination forms to find that one well-rounded individual who rises to the top. While first-year sales are a large part of the award, the Rookie of the Year winner must demonstrate more than just a large volume of sales. This year's winner was born and raised in Union County. Our Rookie of the Year graduated from Appalachian State University. He doubled in computer information systems and marketing. And upon being laid off due to the pandemic, he decided to pivot and leverage 20 years of sales leadership, business development, and recruiting experience to connect and help people solve their real estate needs. Believing trust is the cornerstone of every business relationship, he has always taken the satisfaction of his clients personally. Serving as a connector of people within the community matters to him. He continually educates himself daily on the ever-evolving financial and housing markets. He manages time to train for, 6 days a week, as he is an avid triathlete and 3-time Ironman. When not selling real estate, he is likely doing a charity bike ride or running for fun to raise funds and awareness for cancer and multiple sclerosis. In his view, life is a gift, and humans were built to accomplish great things with our only limitation being in our own minds. Nominated by his broker in charge, Sandra Faye Wotherspoon of eXp Realty, please join me in congratulating this year's Rookie of the Year award winner, Matthew Johnson. Matthew, come on up.
An arrow to the heart. I never kissed a mouth that tastes like yours. Strawberries and something more. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Lipstick on my guitar. Fill up the engine, we can drive real far. Go dancing underneath the stars. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes. I wanna drink that smile. I wanna feel like I
right, guys, I checked. Congratulations again. I checked my clock, and it is 7:30. That bar is closed, but the dessert bar is still open, so you feel free to get some coffee and get some dessert. And while you do, we're going to take another look at some fabulous items that you can still bid on. Item number 1501, a lifetime North Carolina continuing education at Canopy Real Estate Institute. This is one of the greatest bargains in the entire auction. For all of the realtors in the room, you need to listen up. You can win a lifetime continuing education and be assured that your education credits are taken care of for a, here's that word again, lifetime. Classes will be offered by our award-winning Canopy Real Estate Institute, donated by the Institute and valued at $2,500. Item number 303, Jones Seabrook House. So you can enjoy a 5-day, 4-night stay on Seabrook Island, South Carolina for the dates of May 5th through 9th, 2022. This opportunity features a wonderful 4-bedroom and 5-bathroom home filled with natural light on the 8th fairway overlooking the golf course. It also includes a cozy guest suite over the garage, offering a quiet retreat from the main living areas. This was donated by Joan Good of Dickens, Michener and Associates, a Canopy Housing Foundation board member, by the way, valued at $2,000. And also, item number 612, a Veracite pendant with jade cabochon. For those in the audience who like artistic, one-of-a-kind jewelry, this piece is for you. This beautiful Veracite pendant with jade cabochon is set on a bale made of sterling fine silver. It is 1 3/4 inch long and 1 inch wide. That chain is not included. And this is a Wild Horse Designs pendant by Marta Christmas Colt, donated by the artist and valued at $175. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get out and you get your bid in on this virtual auction. Now, figuratively speaking, if a dam is broken and you have to fix it, and there's a pretty good chance if you're fixing it, you're going to get wet. Herein lies the times when we as leaders are faced with challenges. Do we face them? Are we willing to get wet? Or do we rather hope others will face the challenges and fix our problems? For those of us in the next video who embraced the challenges set before them, what motivated them? For some, it's pain. Perhaps the pain that they endured motivated them to end that pain so no one else would have to face it. Maybe they saw something that was wrong and made it right. Maybe they saw how things could be different, even better. And maybe they decided to do something about it, no matter how hard it was to do it.
The urban renewal looked like every area where blacks were and they were being progressive and doing something, that's where we had the federal government come in and just tear it down based on the fact that they're making progress. Yeah, they're making progress, but they're destroying the progress that was made by blacks.
Ralph Howey was a very well-known, respected builder, and he was holding an open house himself. And I showed the house, and he said, "You women are going to ruin real estate." So back then, we were not that welcomed.
And land deals in particular, the guys did not like to work with female. Well, initially I did do some referrals, and I thought, you know what, I can do this, and I just have to make them believe I can do it. So, you put on the boots and you put on the jeans and you go out into where pulpwood's being cut, and they kind of figure out you might know what you're talking about.
One of the biggest challenges was buying this building on Greenwood Cliff. It really was. There were people said, the realtors in leadership, realtors who had been in leadership were saying, why in this world are we talking about moving?
We knew that as we grew, even the building we were in would not be large enough for us. And we wanted to look to the future. We wanted to have investments. After all, we're real estate. So we went about purchasing small pockets of land that adjoined the building.
And we had called in, we had a contract on the first building we bought. And we called in all the other living presidents in the boardroom at 301 next door. And because we thought, hey man, we got the best minds in Charlotte about real estate. And I remember Jim Varnador stood up in 301 and walked around to the windows and he said, buy that, buy that, buy that, and buy that.
everything just stopped. It was just stunning, absolutely stunning. And all we could do during those years was just hold steady. I think some of the biggest challenges were staff cutbacks. That's always hard to do. Telling people they're not going to get an increase this year, cutting. I mean, like, I'm surprised people here still like me. You know, cutting the IRA matches, all those things. I mean, I bought an inversion table so I could go home and hang upside down and get the blood flow into my brain. It was.
We tried to find every single possible way in the budget that we could cut things we didn't need without cutting member services.
I knew, or I felt strongly, that we needed to be together. And so I said, we're going to go ahead with the fish fry. It's going to be an abbreviated version, but we're going to have that fish fry. And believe it or not, we had a great turnout.
Because there were a lot of moments where, you know, the fear monster did appear. But key is, fear is a natural response to something you've never done before. It's natural. But the courage comes when you feel the fear and you still march forward.
This year, we're going to do yet another award. We got committee chair coming up. So this year's committee chair of the year recipient could be recognized for multiple achievements over the past couple of years. We could celebrate her efforts as the Audit, Budget, and Finance Committee chair, which is harder than it looks, by the way, of stewarding along with Michelle McCool, a budget that can help support an association that just grew by 20%, a national leader in MLS services, and a local association foundation that rivals any in the United States. We could also recognize her leadership as the chair of RPAC last year, in which during a pandemic, she personally got 100 people to invest and led our association to the largest investment total of any local association in the state of North Carolina. Yeah. Yes. But tonight, she's getting this award because she did something extraordinary this year to help position our association and its leadership for the foreseeable future. And this year's committee chair of the year agreed to chair a special task force, including Brenda Hayden and David Deal, and they worked together to help secure Anne-Marie DeCatzi as Canopy CEO for the foreseeable future, which will also include some succession planning. So for her, Herculean efforts during this year as chair of this special task force, ladies and gentlemen, thank the good Lord for your 2021 Committee Chair of the Year, Cindy Hastings. Ladies and gentlemen, as realtors, we are keenly aware of the many roles we play, from a trusted advisor to facilitator to negotiator and more. Our association story is one account after another of realtors creating, adapting, and reinforcing ethical propositions for conducting business that reflects the unique characteristics of our industry. We uphold a code of ethics that guides our actions, our decisions, and interactions with each other. We asked some of our past leaders to describe the role of a realtor, and as you will see, realtors adhere to a higher set of standards. We serve others. We dedicate ourselves to the real estate industry, our clients, our fellow realtors, and yes, to our association. And in doing so, we live beyond ourselves so that what we believe in is in what we invest in, and that will continue long after we are gone.
The core is our code of ethics, right? Those are the code of ethics, how we treat each other, how we treat our customers and clients, and how we treat the public.
Being a realtor means even more now because I feel so much gratitude for the code of ethics and to guide us in the right way, because we all make mistakes, but some of us make mistakes on purpose.
I think we are servant leaders, and we need to take our clients by the hand and guide them to their goals, and then if we do that, we reach our own goals. So I don't think it's changed a lot, it's just improved a lot over the years.
It is truly a canopy. It's a canopy of structure of giving support, training, ethics, professionalism, all of the things that make up for, what a realtor should be all about.
I think mostly what my job was as president was to let all sides be heard. And once you do that, the answer usually becomes pretty clear.
No 2 days in the real estate business are the same. No transaction is the same. You think you know it all, you think you've seen it all, and then all of a sudden, here's something new that you have not experienced before.
And like when I first became a realtor, quite honestly, I didn't have a clue. I thought it was, showing pretty houses and, that kind of thing. And now I've come to understand that being a realtor and what we do when we take it seriously, we are the heartbeat of community.
To me, being a realtor is a very, very high calling. It's if you do it right, and that's service from the heart. It's very much like teaching, and very much like the ministry. It's just a higher calling.
I wake up every morning unemployed, okay? And that's what it is. That's what you do.
They need to have more organization and planning so that they can confront and sit down and negotiate without emotions, but facts.
Well, I think one of the things you ought to really be mindful of and do is keeping in touch with former buyers and or sellers. I did not do a good job with that, but I think that is so very important that you become personally involved with them. I think it means a lot to them, that it's more than just a business deal, that they don't think we're at the closing table just to pick up our check.
I think you have to have a high ethics and honesty. You have to have empathy for your client and really listen. Huge listening skills. But I think if you take those things and you put them together, you're going to have a wonderful realtor.
I think real estate is a noble industry, and that's really a soapbox that I have. I think real estate is a noble industry. I know people think that maybe sometimes we're just salespeople, but look at what we do. We spend hours working with people who want to have a place where they can have a roof over their head, they can raise their children, they can, if they're not having children, they're there together, they're living in community. It's just a home, whether it's a rental, whether it's a house, it's where their life happens.
As we approach the presentation of the coveted Realtor of the Year Award, let us first take a moment of silence to recognize two members of our Realtor family who we lost earlier this year. Beginning in 1959, the Realtor of the Year Award has been bestowed upon 61 realtors. And we are fortunate to have a few of the previous Realtor of the Year recipients here with us this evening. And I humbly ask each and every one of the realtors who hold our highest distinction to stand when they hear their name called and receive a well-deserved round of applause. And to my fellow realtors in the audience, just show your love, and let's give it up for these legendary leaders. And to you, legendary leaders, please stand as I call your name. The Realtor of the Year from 1987, ladies and gentlemen, Mickey Fisher. The Realtor of the Year from 1993, Dan Cottingham. From 1994, Tommy Lowen Jr. From 2004, Tony Smith. From 2005, David Barnhart. From 2007, Alice Walker. From 2009, Dot Munson. From 2010, Eric Beals. From 2013, Donna Anderson. From 2014, Sandy Larsh. From 2016, Maren Brisson-Kuster. From 2017, Jennifer Frontera. From 2018, Mike Rash. From 2019, Lamar Keller. And from 2020, T. Anthony Lindsay. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, another extraordinary realtor will be honored with the 2021 Realtor of the Year Award. And to present this year's award, please welcome to the stage the first African-American Realtor of the Year, our 2020 Realtor of the Year, T. Anthony Lindsay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this evening, Mike Rash said, man, I didn't know you were African American. I appreciate that, Mike. It's truly my honor to present the Harlan Cup Trophy to the 2021 Realtor of the Year. As our association's highest award is presented to an outstanding realtor who through loyalty, commitment, and service to the real estate profession truly exemplifies what it means to be a realtor. And now to hear more about this year's Realtor of the Year, please turn to your attention to the screens.
I just want to say congratulations to you on Realtor of the Year. It is very deserved and long overdue. Thank you for all you've done for Canopy, for the State Association, and what you do in the community.
Realtor of the Year, well deserved. You're like the Energizer Bunny. You just have done a little bit of everything. You seem to never stop. I am so proud of you, and I'm so happy to call you my friend for many years.
With you being a successful NCR treasurer and elected for a second term, it's clear you know numbers and have a grasp of the numbers. And being a two-term former NCR treasurer myself, I know we both know math. So having said that, it's clear that all this adds up to one thing, and that is you're well deserving of the honor of Realtor of the Year for Canopy. Congratulations, I'm so happy and proud of you. Can't wait to see you. Well done.
Congratulations on being named Realtor of the Year. You are so deserving of this honor, and I am so proud to be among those who share the title. You are such a dear friend to all you know. Your honesty, your loyalty, and your resilience is unbelievable. And I'm so proud to call you a friend.
Congratulations on being selected as the Realtor of the Year for the Canopy Association of Realtors. I can't think of anyone who is more deserving than you are, and I'm so proud of you and so happy for you.
I am so excited that you are getting recognized today for just who you are, plain and simple. Everything you do, everything you stand for, everything you've done and continue to do for our industry, for our associations, for our community, for your family. Everything you do is why you're getting this award today. This award doesn't even come close to telling you how much you're worth to me and everyone else here celebrating with you. But I hope you take it to heart that you are one of the most special people I have ever known in my life, and we are truly greater for knowing you.
Realtor of the Year, you are amazing. I missed working with you in person this year, but we've got 2022 and I am looking forward to it.
On behalf of Willie, Madeline, and Hannah, I say congratulations on being chosen as Realtor of the Year. What an accomplishment. We know that you have always led well, you teach well, you encourage well, and above all else, you love well. And we're so thankful that we have benefited from all of these things together. So thank you so much for the example that you set for us in working so hard and loving so well.
My mom is a natural self-starter and leads with compassion. This has been true since my childhood when she was president of the PTA and one of the leaders of my Girl Scout troop. Having moved from Brooklyn, New York to Queens to Poughkeepsie and then to Raleigh twice and Charlotte 3 times, she always knew how important it was to make anywhere we lived a home. It's no surprise to me or anyone who knows her that she excelled in her real estate career. How could she not when she knows that she's not just selling a house, she's helping people find their homes.
I remember when my mom started her real estate career. It has been an inspiration seeing her achieve so many professional goals that she set for herself.
We are truly blessed to have such a strong and confident role model as a parent.
And an amazing grandmother.
We love you! Live from Hollywood Studios. Congratulations, Mom. We're so proud of you. Congratulations, kids. Congratulations!
Good evening. I'm Rick Atwill, and I'm probably among the most fortunate to be here this evening. And I'm here because 10 years ago, 4 months and 9 days ago, I met Lori Knutson. I love Lori, and that love is reflected back. Lori loves everybody, and to Lori, everybody is somebody. Her first love is her family, and close after the family is the Real Estate Institute, made up of prospects, clients, realtors, agencies, the owners of the agencies, the staff of the agencies, our regulators, and our very important trade organizations with their employees and their volunteers. Lori has been teaching realtors for 20 years as a BIC, and about 3 years ago became a professional teacher with Canopy Real Estate Institute. Now Lori has added the teaching staff and students to those she loves. So I am very fortunate to be with the real estate industry and have the love and respect of Lori.
I love you. I don't know what Realtor of the Year means, but congratulations.
Lori, would you and your family please join me on stage? So to answer your earlier question, you're surprised that these people still like you. They do still like you. Congratulations, Lori.
I thought you were in Disney World. I have to take a minute because I'm going to ugly cry. So, and you didn't take me with you, and you're back already. I don't know what to say. I have loved this industry. I've loved every minute of it. Any of you who are new to the industry, embrace it. It is free enterprise at its best. It allows us to be as much as we want to be, depending on how much we want to put into it. And as I said previously in the video interview, it is a noble profession. And that is a soapbox I've stood on for many, many years. It is a noble profession. As Tony said in his video, we wake up every morning unemployed. But what we do is we give people a roof over their heads. We give them a place to live, a place where they raise their families. I'm just absolutely stunned, so I can't say any more, but I just want to share one thing with you. Many years ago, a wise man said to me, I was in a position where I went out and I did workshops, and I came in on a Monday morning, and I was really, really being very judgmental about the people I had encountered that weekend. And I said, you know, some of these people, they really shouldn't be here. They really were too young. They really shouldn't, it was a marriage preparation workshop. They really shouldn't be here. They were too young. Their parents were dropping them off. And this man said to me, he said, people come to you for a reason. Meet them where they are. And that's what I've been trying to do for these years in real estate. So thank you very, very much. And God bless you all. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
As is evident within our history, the realtors of this association weave into industry a belief that it is not about making more money than everyone else, having the most power, being the biggest, the best, or the strongest. Because when we retire or when we die, we take none of this with us, except for that Harlan Cup when she takes it home, by the way. Rather, realtors commit ourselves to this association, this a just cause. We commit to see the people around us embrace our ideals and carry on these ideals without us when we are gone, to the extent that this association, this just cause, will have a profound impact on the lives in our community. You see, our community is a reflection of who we are as an association, and that community is better because of the choice we make to serve it. To all the past Realtor of the Year Award recipients, stick around for a group photo. And I need this year's winner to stick around with her family so she can get a group photo with them. And I need this year and last year's winner to stick around there so the Realtor of the Year Award winners can get a photo together, as is per tradition. Special thanks to the Canopy's marketing department and our foundation staff, Kelso Communications, and Style Perfect Events for tonight's program. Thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful holiday season and safe travels home.